Hey guys, welcome to Let's Play Football Manager 2016 with Fulham Part 4. And we're still in the beta here, of course, and it's now, well, about a week before Christmas, just under a week before Christmas. And, well, let's see how we're doing then. We're first, believe it or not. This is the home screen. I'm enjoying this home screen. I think it's very good. I'm really liking the new interface here. I think it's very, very good indeed. So let's have a look at the league table. This is the full in full, and we're somehow top. I've got to be honest. I say somehow because the last few games haven't been great, but we'll go over them in a second. We are level on points with Derby. Thankfully, our goal difference is just marginally better. We are due to play Derby in the next game. Sadly, not this game. I probably should have saved that one for this game, but I felt that this one is also equally as good as we are playing Bolton, who are in third, and it's away. So that should be interesting. One thing that I should also tell you about is that Rotherham here are doing terribly. Leeds, Cardiff, Hull, Brighton, they're all down here. What's going on? It's absolutely crazy. Schedule then. Moving on. So we beat Leeds in the last episode, 2-1. Tom Kearney again getting on the score sheet. The guy's an absolute monster. We then played Reading after that 1-2-1 again. Luke Garbutt, of all people, scoring. Two defenders, George Williams and Luke Garbutt, after Jake Cooper had put Reading in front. Incidentally, I've noticed that I found the effect of using your GPU, the graphics card in your computer. If you find that it's sort of slowing down the game, or if it's really slow or whatever, go into your preferences. In fact, I'll show you what to do in a second. But that was Luke Garbutt. That was in about a 5-minute period, right at the end of the game, and I was so happy when that happened. It's like there's just a bit of resilience, a bit of grit, which was really good. And then a bit of a strange game here against Bristol City, 4-2, which we managed to win. It's just crazy. It was missed penalties. Kearney scored an own goal, which I'll show you now. This was kind of funny. If we watch this, it wasn't like it hits him. I mean, there's an absolute crowd of players there. I didn't know who it hit. But Matt Smith got a brace. Catching it, Klitsch scored. Overall, pretty good, I thought. Then came the first loss since the whole game back in August, and that was against Burnley. Ashley Richards here having an absolute shocker, 5.7. Nikolai Bodjarov, those come in, and he's done a really good job, to be fair to him. He is suspended for this game after 5 yellow cards. I know we've had quite a few of them, let me tell you. Which was a bit of a shame, but I guess, I was pretty happy going that far, in the Championship. It's very, very difficult because the games come thick and fast. Look, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. They're just loads of quick games. We then did beat Birmingham. Catch Nicholich scored 1-0 in the 89th minute. As you can see, we're leaving it quite late. I don't care though. This one was extremely satisfying. I guess, because we've been fighting all game. As you can see, 5 on target. We were getting there. It was really, really satisfying to be able to do. Then a 0-0, a boring 0-0 against MK Dons. You may also notice that Joe Lewis here, who is my backup goalkeeper on loan, that's how it is at the start of the game, I should point out, was in goal because Bettinelli keeps getting injured. We then beat Preston 3-1. Heinemann scored, Woodrow scoring, and Dembele. Forest 2-1, Woodrow and George Williams scoring again. As you can see, Bettinelli again gets injured. And I actually ended up having to play my third choice goalkeeper, Andy Lonigan. I'll say that again. Lonigan, there you go. Because now I'm not one to say, "Oh, Football Manager's riddled with injuries." It's unrealistic. No, it's not, because it's very for the most part realistic. You will get the occasional freak game where you will have 6 injuries, but as I say, that's a freak. But I have noticed, I think my goalkeepers have already been injured more times in this game than in FM 12, 13, 14, 15, and basically all the FMs I've played ever put together. But I include Championship Manager in that. But yeah, I've never had a goalkeeper get injured as much as I've seen. I don't know, maybe these two just so happen to be really injury prone, but how many times have you ever seen a goalkeeper injury prone, Lastly, Ipswich, we did lose here as well. I had to play Lonigan again. I think I will be in this game. Ross McCormack has kind of just fallen off the face of the earth. He's on a rest at the moment. His lack of goals worry him. He did captain the team, but his condition The condition's fine, so I didn't really need to give him a rest. It was just precautionary, just to see if that helps. But if we look here, goalless McCormick worries Fulham 8. I think it's 8 matches without 8 matches without scoring, and he's our top goal scorer. If we look on play stats here, 7 goals for him, 6 assists for Kearney, and 6 top player of the matches. But as you can see, a lot of yellow cards. I haven't even got get stuck in or anything switched on, so it's very annoying. Of course, the board are disappointed with Capital One Cup, but we'll get to that sooner or later. I think that's that, and so we are pretty much up to date with everything. Now, I should just point out, it's a beta, so the whole idea of a beta is to find bugs and stuff and squash them. Look at this. It's kind of a mess, this screen, the tactics screen at the moment. It's all over the place. I mean, sometimes this bit over here, oh god, what have I done? Oh my, you see what I mean? It's a bit all over the place, and I've put Parker, Jesus. Is there an undo button? No. Oh god, hang on. I don't know this team enough to, let me quick pick it. Okay, Alan Kerbishley apparently thinks Ben Bailey should play. No, I think Matt Smith should play. Right, that's in some sort of... Okay, the condition isn't great. It's very difficult to see stuff on this. It's not a particularly great UI. It is buggy as hell, to put it bluntly. But as I say, it's a beta, you've got to expect that. But this is a bit of a mess at the moment. I do hope... I mean, look, the numbers are falling. I don't know if that's just because columns and stuff, but I can't even... Look, there's no lines to separate them. It'll probably be fixed. It's a beta, just deal with it. Parker hasn't been in great form, so he hasn't played much, to be honest. I've never really had the opportunity to play him. Because Hyman and Christensen have done a decent enough job, in fairness to them. Parker is injured. He's either banned, injured, or just generally rubbish, to be honest. I've kind of thought better of him than he actually is. And I think that's it. So, yeah. Well, we can only have, let's say, if we've got 7 subs, that's fine, because the others are either injured or suspended. It's never good, is it? So Dan Benn, unfortunately, was sent off a few games ago, but he is back in the team now. Not great discipline on his behalf, but whatever, we'll have to go for it. Right, Bolton away. This one is going to be tricky. They're flying, and they've got a very strange formation under Neil Lennon here. Who's that? Clough. Oh, Zach Clough, yeah. For some reason, I thought that was Nigel Clough for some reason. Going crazy. Is that Scott Dobie? Oh, sorry, Scott Dobie. Sorry, Stephen Dobie. Who's Scott Dobie? I'm losing my mind here. This is how much I actually know about the Championship, I should point out. You're seeing it here. Complete blagger. So we're on our nice away kit here, yellow and black, with Woodrow and Smith up front, Catch Nikolic and Kearney. Wide playmaker Kearney, I should point out. Galbert, Ben, Steeman, Fredericks and Lonergan in goal. If we win here, we keep top. If honestly, I will be delighted if we get to the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say. We're 7 points ahead of Reading at our halfway stage, give or take. And, yeah, not bad. Well, we're approaching the halfway stage, I should say. But our form has dipped slightly, which is never good. We've got 2 target men now. It's not something I practice very often. I don't like target men generally. As I've said many times before, I'm all about, speedy little speed merchants, sort of jumping in and beating defenders with pace. Bit like Zach Clough there, because he just completely has done our defence. And, oh, God. This is already, I can tell this is going to be like 5-0. It's because these 2 up front are going to be... There's a reason why I don't operate with 2 target men, and it's because it's useless. Oh, Catch Nikolic, right. I can only assume this is a part of virtually the same height. Coley Woodrow there with a pretty futile shot, to be honest. That was never going to go in. Looks like we're going through a slump here now. We haven't won for a few games. We had a 0-0 draw, which was... Admittedly, we were down to 10 men. I should point out, you might have seen, which I actually didn't point out in the highlights section there. Burn did get himself sent off. And, wow, what on earth is Matt Smith doing? So we ended up playing the last half an hour with 10 men. So 0-0 isn't the end of the world, but really we should have been beating Brentford. We just couldn't score. The finishing that day was appalling. We had the chances. They were in the right positions and everything. They just couldn't finish. And that is an appalling ball in there from, I think it was Kearney. We try again. Chance for Woodrow and Smith, again, right at the goalkeeper. I'm getting sort of signals here are very similar to the old Liverpool. And I mean that under Brendan Rodgers. Oh, thought the keeper had spilt that then. Way the ball physics works. Yeah, it's sort of like they're getting in positions and stuff, but there's no end product. And they look a bit messy. Certainly at the start of this season. I'll give my views on Jurgen Klopp and so on. I'm recording this on the same day we beat Chelsea on the Saturday. So we beat Chelsea like, I don't know what, 4, 5, 6 hours ago. So I'm not going to say too much just in case we all of a sudden get battered next week by Crystal Palace, which I don't think will happen, but you never know. I've been wrong before in that case. Right, it's a chance for Woodrow, but no, I'm encouraged by Klopp. It's pretty good. In case you want me to challenge something, I'm a Liverpool fan, so feel free to criticise me for that. And I will occasionally interject the game and just give my views on how we're doing, as I know people care. But if you want to know more in depth about that and hear me swear a lot, follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description. I do talk about Liverpool quite a lot. I generally don't like to slag off other teams, but unless you're Jose Mourinho, and that's 2-0. Right, okay. Clearly what we're doing is not working. And Zach Clough, he's barely even scored all season, and I knew this wouldn't work. It's just that Ross McCormick is in such a slump at the moment. I'm going to have to go attacking. He's in such a slump that it just isn't worth. It's not worth putting him on. Right, we need to change. I probably shouldn't be playing him there like that. That's Scott Parker's position. Problem is, I've got 2 deep lying playmakers. Let me try and play him. Let's try Christensen in attack. Let's just see what he does. Hyndman probably. Actually, no, I'll have that. We'll leave it at that. Just these two, hopeless. I don't know whether to actually go out and buy a striker now. God, we've got to play Derby next. We're getting absolutely boned there. Oh my God, go to him. Fuck. That was just rubbish. He could have a first half hat trick. Zach Clough here. Oh my God, it's getting even worse. You see, this is where I just become a complete and utter rabbit in the headlights. Like if everything's going well, then it's all good. But it gets like this, I'm just a blithering wreck. I'm just like, oh shit, what do we do? I know, and I don't know, and I just don't know what to do. I like to blag a lot and say that I have good tactical knowledge. In reality, I know fuck all about football tactics. I really don't know anything. If you're looking at me for advice, you're looking in the wrong place. I play a 4-4-2 for God's sake. Look, rubbish. Right, okay, things are clearly going to have to change here. Let me see. Well, these two. Okay, we'll play Hyndman there like that. Christensen can do that. These two are just hopeless, but the alternative is an out-of-form Ross McCormick or a young Moussa Dembele, who really isn't that great. He's very anonymous, but Matt Smith is he's just hopeless. I'm going to have to bring on McCormick and just hope that he can do something, because at the minute, it's Matt Smith just... Look, he's rubbish. I'm just going to come out and say, he's rubbish. Yeah, he had a couple of good FA Cup performances, but he's shit on this. He's shit. So, yeah, everyone's got really crap ratings. Scott Parker's not fit. I don't know why I've got... Well, I know why I've got him on the bench. I had no one else. I'm going to have to just go for that, I think. Let's see, play our defence. Let's not... I probably should have... No, let's just keep it mixed. Let's keep that mixed. I was going to say, should have maybe been a bit more direct at those two. Let's do fairly wide. Let's keep that fairly wide. Okay, let's try that. This won't work, but it's worth a shot, because I know sod all else. But Bolton are obviously the form team. They've really climbed up the league since the start, as well as Derby especially upcoming next. So that's why I'm not doing that one, because I know I'm going to get battered in that game. I thought we might have a half chance here, but oh dear, it's really not going well. The away games, one thing I've always not necessarily criticised FM for, because it isn't a criticism, because it is true to real life, I suppose, but home advantage is so... I won't say biased, but it's such a big factor. Now, I know that is true in real life, so there's not much ground. It's not a criticism, and there's not much grounds for really making any form of statement really about it. It's just that maybe am I just being crazy by saying that home advantage is maybe a little bit too powerful on this? You know, you go away and you look at, well, look at this. You're like this. Just completely, your team just loses all ability to play football. Like they've just been dropped on a football field for the first time. They don't know, they don't know each other. And Emerson Hyman, right? That's clearly not working. Let's try Scott, because you know what? I got nothing else. Just do this because Hyman's clearly having a shocker. Excuse me. Right, Woodrow. But look, there's no pace in this team, and that's what I need. I need pace. We got 2 target men. Ross McCormick's been completely fucking anonymous. Don't give away a penalty. There we go. How on earth is that a corner? Unless I'm just not seeing something. Oh, I thought that was a penalty then. Well, clearly I'm going to have a rethink about what I'm doing because this will no longer work. See, they're just pinging it. What good's that? What on earth was that? Actually, that has really annoyed me. We're in possession. Okay, really, I'm going to have to change that because that's unacceptable. Oh, God. How do I go back to that screen? Instructions, there it is. I totally forgot what I was looking for there. Right, we're going to have to go higher. Don't dribble less. I think be more disciplined, switched on. I forget what other things that entails be more disciplined. With that, you just think, don't do any stupid dribbles or something, or don't do any daft moves with the ball. When in reality, shorter passing. When in reality, it means they will lump the ball forward a bit more. As far as I could see, that is the main obvious one. Again, I might be completely misreading that, but that appears to be it. It's like they will play more balls over the top, a bit more direct, so to speak. Right, here's a chance here, Coley Woodrow. That's hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. Right, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board, it seems. Because we've been completely shit. Just end the game. Oh yeah, great. Another 40 seconds. It's not the end of the world, but we have been utterly outplayed. I mean, just embarrassingly outplayed today. We haven't had a shot, have we? In terms of the highlights, obviously we've had 4 shots on target, but in the visual highlights we've watched here, we've not had anything to shout about. Absolutely hopeless. Right. Oh, God. How am I stubborn? Some of them will be dropped, but I'm stubborn. That makes no sense. What? I don't get the fucking... Press conferences, stupid as ever. Right. Look at that. Job security was pretty much full before. Now it's dropped back a bit. Whatever. One result. Well, we've dropped out at, probably because we've dropped out the top 2. Well, that's fucking annoying. But we've got Derby to come. And I'm gonna have a rethink. But as I say, I probably am a bit too tactically naive. Our form's starting to dip, and things are probably going to go wrong from here out. So I'll probably be sacked by the time I see you next. So thank you very much for watching. Wish me luck with the Derby game, and I'll see you next time in the new year, I suppose. So part 5 coming tomorrow. See you then.